Hi everybody, welcome to IPO Stocks channel. Today I present you an exciting video specifically because the market is down today and many of the strong leading names are heavily down and they are nearing strong buy points. So I think it definitely makes sense to look out for these pulling back stocks and specifically look at strong names. For instance, in the clean energy space, which has been a very strong performer recently, many stocks are pulling back strongly and have excellent buy points at the moment as well. And when we look at the tech momentum space, it's the same thing. Many stocks have excellent buy points and some growth names as well. And in the biotech and genomic space as well, we are seeing strong buy points. And today I give you 4 strong stocks which are nearing strong buy points, and I will make a part 2 where I will give you 4 additional strong stocks which are nearing buy points. So before I start right off with the first stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also so that you do not miss part 2 of the market pullback stocks which I will release soon. Okay, so that was it for the intro, and so let's start right off with the first stock which is nearing a buy point, and it is PTON, Peloton Interactive. And as you can see, Peloton is a quite young company. It had its IPO in September 2019. And after its IPO, it built a nice IPO base here. And it could break out of that IPO base around May 2020, forming a nice and very strong uptrend since then. And in the short-term chart, you see that uptrend. You see here we had a period of pause, which is a base in that uptrend. And here you see as well, we could break out of that base on December 14th, trade to the upside strongly, and now it looks like we are building a new base here strongly in Peloton. And as you can see, we are pulling back the last 2 trading days, we are pulling back strongly in Peloton. So, and when you look here at the long-term chart, you see as well, now we are currently just at the 100-day moving average. So I think you see here we bounced off the 100-day moving average in November 2020, and now currently February 2021, we are just trading at the 100-day moving averages. So there is some chance that we just could bounce off it and trade to the upside again. I mean, this is not without risk. Of course, we could trade lower, we could bounce off the, let's say, of the 150-day moving average. This would correspond to the orange line here. Yeah, this could be as well, and we would see more downside ahead. But I mean, we cannot know, but still, I think it's a good entry point at the moment. The bounce is possible. And also when we look at the growth characteristics for Peloton, these are good as well. The EPS growth is very strong with 2,360%. The sales growth is also super strong with 202%, and the relative strength rating is very good with 93. So with these characteristics and now approaching the 100-day moving average line, which could be a heavy support line for that stock, and we could see a bounce to the upside. So I think with this in mind, I think this is a good entry point for Peloton. Okay, so that was it for Peloton. Now let's have a look at the next market pullback stock, and this one is in the clean energy space, and in the EV space it's NIO. Here you can see the long-term chart of NIO, and as you can see, NIO is a quite young company. It had its IPO in September 2018. And why do I say that? Why do I always say the IPO date? Because in their first 10 years after their IPOs, 95% of their super performance phase is happening. and the companies have their strongest advances. So our 95% of their super performance is happening in the strong super performing stocks. So it definitely pays if you watch out for young companies and get on board early, especially if they are in strong disruptive sectors and have strong growth characteristics. This could pay off multiple times. Okay, and NEO had its IPO, as said, in September 2018, and then we had a downtrend, a correction phase. Here we had an IPO base, but we could not break out. We broke down, had a downtrend, then we reversed from that low, and here we formed a nice and strong uptrend last year, way strong uptrend in NEO. And yeah, currently we are pulling back here. The short-term chart, you see that uptrend here. And yeah, you see here as well, we built a base, we broke out to the upside, and now it looks like we are building another base, which is a period of pause on top of that base here. And yeah, it looks like we are bouncing off the 40-day moving average. You see here we bounced off it. Here we bounced the 40 or 50-day, and now we could bounce off the 40-day, or well, we could also trade lower to the 50-day and bounce off that one. But I think, yeah, I think this level is still a good entry level for NEO, for that strong EV stock and clean energy stock. So I think this is a good time, yeah, for a position. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth is sluggish, it's minus 63%, but the sales growth is very good with 145%. And the relative strength rating is excellent with 98. So with these characteristics, I think, and at that current price level, I think NEO is an excellent stock for a position at the moment. Okay, so that was it for NEO. So now let's have a look at the next market pullback stock for today. And it is PLUG, Plug Power, a clean energy stock, a very strong recent performance, excellent run up here. You can see it in the long-term chart. I mean, we were trading sideways for quite some time here. And yeah, then we started around September 2019 to break out of that sideways phase, and we formed a nice and very strong uptrend in Plug Power. And yeah, by the way, I made also one video about the top clean energy stocks. So if you are interested in clean energy stocks, have a look on my channel. They are the top clean energy stocks, and they had I think this is an exciting sector, and I think there is also a strong potential going forward with all these governments now focusing on clean energy and zero carbon emissions and stuff like that. So I think there's a lot of room to run. And yeah, Plug Power here, you see that strong uptrend in the short-term chart. I mean, it's parabolic. Yeah, I mean, and also was a price move. Yeah, I mean, when we look here, we traded, let's say where we traded at the start of 2020. There, for instance, we traded around $3, and this, yeah, and then now we traded up to $56. This is nearly a 20 times move or an 18 times move, 19 times move. About that in just 1 year is a strong move for Plug Power. And in the short-term chart, we see that uptrend here, and here we see a strong gap up in Plug Power, gap ups, and yeah, now we are correcting a little bit. Currently, now we could bounce off the 40-day moving average. I mean, you see it here. We bounce off the 20-day. We bounce off the 20-day here. Here we bounce off the 50-day. Here of the 50-day. So we could bounce off the 40 or of the 50-day. I think this would be an excellent supporting. These two were, I think, would be excellent supporting lines, the 40-day or the 50-day moving average now. And we came heavily back in Plug Power. So I think we could have, I think this could be an excellent entry point, or let's say a half position now for a bounce of the 40-day, and if we go lower, another half position for a bounce of the 50-day. I think this would be also a good entry strategy for Plug Power. When we look at the growth characteristics for Plug Power, the EPS growth is sluggish, it's minus 20%, but the sales growth is good, very good, with 55%. and the relative strength rating is excellent with 98. So I think currently Plug Power with these characteristics is currently at a strong buy point. Okay, so that was it for Plug Power. And now we come to the last market pullback stock in that video, and it is Fcel, Fuel Cell Energy. Here you can see the long-term chart of Fuel Cell. And as you can see, Fuel Cell was in a long-term downtrend, let's say from around 2014 until October 2019, where it could make its low and reverse trade to the upside, form a nice and strong uptrend. And especially since here we had a sideways moving phase also in Fuel Cell, and we had a strong breakout in Fuel Cell in November 2020. We traded strongly to the upside. This is what we see here in the short-term chart. Very strong move, very strong momentum move. I mean, we traded from, let's say, around $3 or $2.50, $2.50 to $22 currently. It's a very strong momentum move here, strong uptrend. And you can see in that uptrend here, we bounce off the 20-day moving average. Here we bounce off the 20-day moving average. Again, it looks like nearly a bounce of the 20-day moving average. Now we are currently trading at the 20-day moving average. We undercut it, so I think we could still bounce off it, or we could bounce off the 30-day moving average. So I think from an entry point perspective, Fuel Cell, this could be an excellent entry point for Fuel Cell, but it's not without risk. And today Fuel Cell is down heavily again, so it's much cheaper than a couple of days ago. So I think currently is an excellent entry point. And when we look at the growth characteristics, the EPS growth, it's sluggish, it's minus 63%, but the sales growth is good, it's 18%, and the relative strength rating is excellent with 98. And Fuel Cell is in the hot clean energy space sector. So I think with that cheap entry price for Fuel Cell, I think it's a good entry point. Okay, so these were the strong stocks for today in that current market down pullback, which we are currently experiencing. I hope in that video are some nice stocks which you can have a look at and use for your research and take advantage of that current pullback opportunity. And if you like that video, please give it a thumbs up. This would help me very much. And also, please subscribe now to my channel so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me, and also that you do not miss part 2 of the market down stocks today, which I will be releasing soon. So please subscribe now. And thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again soon in the futures, and have good luck with your trading. Cheers.